Hello and welcome back to another Leroy Engineering Tech video. Today we're going to be going over our short shifter kit. So just some explanation. This is the ISR short shifter. And these pieces here and those bolts are what is included with the ISR system. Some experimentation, some playing around. We have added these pieces to the kit. And we're going to show you how to make it work with any of the 5 speeds, NA or NB. They advertise this as only an NA 5-speed, and there's one little piece that we added that makes it compatible with all of them. So, to start with, when you get your ISR kit open, it's going to come with this, which is the upper bushing. Now, we have found that if you want to keep the spring, but the OEM upper bushing works a lot better. It's a little bit higher quality and it fits nicer. So we're going to get rid of this and use the OEM bushing. And sorry, these are all greasy. I've been assembling and unassembling this about 6 times today to get ready for this video, so they're a little dirty now. We've also included a lower bushing, which the kit does not come with. And this is an NA 5-speed lower bushing, but this is what you want to use for any transmission you're putting this kit into. A second wave washer, a shim, and a inner boot. If your outer boot is ripped, you'll want to grab one of those as well. We'll have an option in the kit for with or without that. Now, first part. This is the piece that ISR says makes it only compatible with the NAs. And the reason is, I have a turret here. So this is the top of an NB turret, and on the NB turret there is 2 of these alignment pins, and this is going to sit down in there like that, and that's what's going to give us our new platform to raise the ball up. That will not fit if there's 2 pins in there. A little stubborn. There we go. Really easy modification. Push one of the pins out, and you're going to cut it right where that line is. Get rid of the end, and then push it back in to plug the hole, and then now you will only have 1 pin in there. Only modification you need to do, and it'll work. Alright, so let's go about building this thing. So the first thing, this piece comes like this, but we have found a lot of times that these pins are only finger tight in there. If that backs out, we're going to have some issues. So first thing we're going to do, put just a dot of Loctite on this guy. Thread him back in. And then I'm just going to snug it up gently with a pair of pliers. Doesn't take much. But we want to make sure he's in there nice and tight and he's not going to fall out. So that's done. Second thing, this shifter comes apart. That is really handy for getting a couple of the pieces on, but it's really annoying if you're trying to mess with your shift knob and the middle of this keeps coming apart. So once we're done setting this up and it's going in the car, I'd recommend putting some Loctite on there and torquing this down as well. For now, we're actually going to leave it apart because it's a lot easier to do the next step with this thing removed. So we're going to put him up there. Okay, it already comes with the ball joint on the bottom and this guide in place. You can replace this with one of the bronze bushings. We've honestly found that it's a little bit better with the plastic one. Because it's a short shifter, the range of travel is a lot longer with this guy. And we've had some very slight rattling noises with the bronze bushing, and they're just because when it's in gear, the bushing is nearly pulled out of the turret. So you can try it either way. kind of recommend the plastic bushing to start with. So give that a shot. For ease of the video, so you can see what's happening, I'm going to be installing the shifter on this, which clearly is not a transmission. So if this is in your car, it's going to look exactly the same, but I'm able to get some camera angles and to fully explain what's going on with this one. So step one is to take our raised platform, I'm not sure what you call that, and we're going to slide that down in, and it should seat all the way on the bottom. Next, we're going to take our flat shim, so it's not a wave washer, flat shim, set that on top. We're now going to take our OE lower bushing and OE spring washer with a clip on it, and we're going to pop that together. Okay. Now we're going to set him in there. Don't worry about orientation yet. You can spin it. On NA 5 speeds and versus NB 5 speeds, these holes are actually flipped. So this is going to get installed with the pin down, right? So you can see how it's offset. The pin's going to go down. On an NB, that's going to mean that the pin needs to go in the front. On an NA turret, the pin's going to go in the back. Makes no difference, just a matter of lining up the holes and making sure that that pin is at the bottom. So this is a B turret. So we're going to put it on that way. You can put a little bit of RTV between this and this piece. Honestly, nothing should leak out anyway. We've moved the ball socket so high that there's no fluid splashing around up here. But for peace of mind, you certainly can put a tiny bit of RTV down there. Now we're going to install our ball, and I would recommend putting a little bit of oil, transmission fluid. You could use grease. I typically use oil around the ball and the bearings just so that it's lubricated. And we're going to set that down into here. Now normally if this is in the transmission, you're going to have to fight with getting this into the hole in the shifter, but with nothing else around, it's pretty easy to get it lined up and dropped in. So now that's in. We're going to take our new OE upper bushing and the wave washer that comes with the ISR kit, put them together, set that over the top. So it should look like this. That wave washer should be protruding past the top. That's going to be the spring forces that keep this whole assembly tight when we get the ball on there. We're then going to install this piece, which honestly is optional. These boots have a metal backing plate, so if you wanted to skip this piece, that would be fine. If you feel like it gives you a little extra security, you can drop it on. Drop that on. And next we'll be sliding the boot on, but I'm going to put this together first just to show what it's supposed to feel like when it's all together. All right, we've got it shifted together. I have left the boot off for now just for visual purposes. We have a nice solid shift, and there's no play, very little play back to back. And if you're in neutral, there should be no play up and down. I can grab that and push it up and down and nothing's happening. So now we're going to put the boot on. So I'm going to undo these screws. All right, to put our boot on, we're going to hit the inside of it with a little WD-40. Helps it slide on a bit better. And we're going to over the top and just pull down until it pops over. Now we can line up our bolt holes. And there you have it. That is our short shifter kit. All of us here at the shop run these things. We love them. It just makes the race feel, the shifting feel so much better, and we really like these kits. So, clean it off a bit. All right, so there you have it. All the parts are on our site if you need them, and if you have any questions with the install, feel free to ask.